Shemu'ėl Aleph, chapter 28. And it came to be in those days that the Philistines gathered their armies for battle, to fight with Israel. And Achish said to David, You know, of course, that you are to go out with me in the army, you and your men. And David said to Achish, Very well, you shall know what your servant should do. And Achish said to David, Very well, I make you one of my chief guardians forever. And Shemu'ėl had died, and all Israel had mourned for him and buried him in Ramah, in his own city. And Shaul had put away the mediums and the spiritists from the land. And the Philistines were gathered, and came and encamped at Shunem. And Shaul gathered all Israel, and they encamped at Gilboa. And when Shaul saw the army of the Philistines, he was afraid, and his heart trembled greatly. And Shaul inquired of Yahweh, but Yahweh did not answer him, either by dreams, or by Urim, or by the prophets. Shaul then said to his servants, Find me a woman who is a medium, to go to her and inquire of her. And his servants said to him, Look, there is a woman who is a medium at Endor. And Shaul disguised himself, and put on other garments, and went, he and 2 men with him. And they came to the woman by night. And he said, Please divine for me, and bring up for me the one I shall name. But the woman said to him, Look, you know what Shaul has done, how he has cut off the mediums and the spiritists from the land. Why then do you lay a snare for my life, to put me to death? And Shaul swore to her by Yahweh, saying, As Yahweh lives, no punishment comes upon you for this matter. And the woman said, Whom do I bring up for you? So he said, Bring up Shemu'ėl for me. And when the woman saw Shemu'ėl, she cried out with a loud voice. And the woman spoke to Shaul, saying, Why have you deceived me? You yourself are Shaul. And the sovereign said to her, Do not be afraid. What did you see? And the woman said to Shaul, I saw a spirit coming up out of the earth. And he said to her, What is his form? And she said, An old man is coming up, and he is covered with a mantle. And Shaul knew that it was Shemu'ėl, and he bowed with his face to the ground, and did obeisance. And Shemu'ėl said to Shaul, Why have you disturbed me by bringing me up? And Shaul answered, I am deeply distressed, for the Philistines are fighting against me, and Elohim has turned aside from me, and does not answer me any more, neither by prophets nor by dreams. So I have called you to reveal to me what I should do. Then Shemu'ėl said, And why do you ask me, seeing Yahweh has turned aside from you, and has become your enemy? And Yahweh has done for himself as he spoke by me, for Yahweh has torn the rein out of your hand, and given it to your neighbor, to David, because you did not obey the voice of Yahweh, nor execute his burning wrath upon Amalek. Therefore Yahweh has done this matter to you today. Further, Yahweh also gives Israel with you into the hand of the Philistines, and tomorrow you and your sons are with me. Yahweh also gives the army of Israel into the hand of the Philistines. And immediately Shaul fell on the ground, his complete length, and greatly feared because of the words of Shemu'ėl. And there was no strength in him, for he had eaten no food all day or all night. And the woman came to Shaul, and saw that he had been greatly disturbed, and said to him, See, your female servant has obeyed your voice, and I have put my life in my hands, and have listened to the words which you spoke to me. And now, please listen to the voice of your female servant too, and let me set a piece of bread before you, and eat, so that you have strength when you go on your way. But he refused, and said, I am not going to eat. But his servants together with the woman urged him, and he listened to their voice. So he rose from the ground and sat on the bed. And the woman had a fatted calf in the house, and she quickly slaughtered it. And she took flour and kneaded it, and baked unleavened bread from it. And she brought it before Shaul and his servants. And they ate and rose up and went away that night.